He is reviled, feared, and dismissed.
Around 1/3 of the members are CEOs of multinational companies, 1/3 are leaders of international organizations and governments, and 1/3 are from civil society, forming a truly multi-stakeholder community.
In the dark corners of the internet, he's infamous. Among the most influential podcaster in the world, he is mocked.
The fact that he chose to leave his house dressed like that, like, yes, I will adjust the peons. All the public needs to know that we are in control. Look at this guy, like that weird star on the right one and whatever the fuck it says on the left one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on his vest, like, what is that thing on his vest? Is that the same thing? What is that symbol?
Who is Klaus Schwab? Where did he grow up? What are his intentions with the Great Reset? And how appropriate or hyperbolic are our trepidations toward the German economist? Good questions, but they miss the point. The real question we should be asking is this: does Klaus Schwab want to run the world? If so, what are his plans with us? This is the Great Reset Volume 3, Schwab and the New World Order. Klaus Schwab was born in southern Germany in a town called Ravensburg. His family moved from Switzerland to Germany during World War II. His father, Eugen Schwab, made the move in order to work for the Nazis. His father assumed the role as director at Escher Wish AG, which is an industrial company and contractor for Nazi Germany. This means that the father of the man who is currently seizing control of the world economy decided it would be a good idea to help the Third Reich. Klaus is reportedly a Catholic. In 2014, he received a letter from the Pope himself stating the WEF should, quote, ensure that humanity is served by wealth and not ruled by it. Klaus has 2 children, one of which is Nicole Schwab, who co-founded the Gender Equality Project.
It's very inspirational always to hear what other women are doing. And I think I very much like what you just said about the how, because for me this question of how to change the world is something that has accompanied me and that keeps on accompanying me, and I think that the Gender Equality Project is my attempt at an answer.
The Gender Equality Project is another global organization from the Schwab family. The movement characterizes itself as establishing a global standard in gender equality with the attempt to improve the world. In 1961, following in the footsteps of his father, Klaus graduated as a mechanical engineer from Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich. A mechanical engineer creates machines that run off of power, a wind turbine or combustible engine or nuclear weapons. This is fitting, as the man obsessed with power has a degree in managing and maintaining the industrial means which create it. Perhaps the most notable book by Schwab is The Fourth Industrial Revolution. The outline of the book reads, quote, characterized by new technologies, the Fourth Industrial Revolution will impact all disciplines, and it will do so at an unprecedented rate. World Economic Forum data predicts that by 2025, we will see commercial use of nanoparticles 200 times stronger than steel and 1,000,000 times thinner than human hair, the first transplant of a 3D printed liver, 10% of all cars on US roads being driverless, and much more. The political scientist Klaus Gerd Giesen has argued that the dominant ideology of the Fourth Industrial Revolution is transhumanism, a philosophical and political movement which advocates for a kind of merging between man and machine. The list of academic and national achievements Klaus has won is endless. The elites truly do regard Klaus Schwab as one of the most important influences in the world. His list of national distinctions sounds like a who's who of Masonic organizations. Klaus has received the Commander's Cross of the National Order of Merit of Germany, the Knight of the Legion of France, the Golden Grand Cross of the National Order of Austria, the National Order of the Republic of Poland. He's received honors in Kazakhstan, Africa, Poland, Bulgaria, Jordan, Germany, Japan, and China. Klaus often uses this term global leaders or global shapers when referencing those who are on the board of the World Economic Forum. The main difference being that global leaders are 20 to 30 years old, and global shapers are 30 to 40 years old. Among those who work for the World Economic Forum are Tulsi Gabbard, Dan Crenshaw, Mark Zuckerberg, Alexander Soros, David de Rothschild, Megan Rapinoe, Emmanuel Macron, and Pete Buttigieg. The following research was conducted by a Polish website, translated as werevealhidden.com. Looking at this photo of Klaus Schwab, you'll notice that his robe and the podium he's at are adorned with occult symbols. Observing the photo, you'll notice a 9-pointed star on his clothes and podium. Only one religion uses the 9-pointed star, and that's the new religion called Baha'i. A unity religion birthed out of Persia during the 19th century, promoting the notion that all religions are equally good and true. Baha'i also uses an 8-pointed star, which they spread across their churches throughout the world. Infamously placed in Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut, another 8-pointed star, the Star of Ishtar, is an ancient Babylonian symbol. The Star of Ishtar was normally enclosed within a circular disc. The circle inside, and the 8 to 9-pointed star which surrounds it, is the key to focus on here. Because the question becomes, why is Schwab seemingly wearing an ancient Babylonian symbol? Ishtar is the Mesopotamian goddess of fertility, lust, war, political power, and pleasure, and is historically associated with the planet Venus, the planet most firmly aligned with pleasure in many ancient astrological systems of occult magic. Also known as octograms, 8-pointed stars are ancient symbols that were used by many cultures for various purposes throughout history. This includes Hindus, Buddhists, Chinese people, Babylonians, Muslims, Christians, even neo-pagans and Wiccans. While it's possible Klaus is adorning this star in the Abrahamic sense, I doubt this, as the proclivity of the elite toward pursuing the occult is simply too large a pattern to dismiss. The bull could be a couple of things. One is an homage to the sacred bull Baal, an ancient Canaanite god of child sacrifice, the likes of which are mired deeply within the elite. Another possibility is that the bull symbolizes the pagan religion Mithraism. Mitra is also known as Sol Invictus or Ra, the invisible sun god. On closer inspection, the icon of the banner of the podium in front of Professor Schwab contains the Latin inscription Scientia Ingenium Virtus, meaning knowledge of immense power. This is Gnosticism, a cult belief that knowledge leads to enlightenment and eternal life. Klaus Schwab is a transhumanist who said, quote, "The end of the fourth industrial revolution will lead to the fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identities." By any sane metric, I hope this video easily outlines the truth that Klaus Schwab is a Babylonian occultist, which means, at least by implication, that Tulsi Gabbard and Dan Crenshaw, two individuals who are often liked by the right wing, are almost certainly cut from the same cloth. I urge you to think about this the next time Tulsi Gabbard says something that appeals to you, or Dan Crenshaw by the same token. In Volume 4 of the series, we'll be covering a man not often spoken of in regards to the WEF, but whose power and influence and disturbing rhetoric toward humanity at large should scare the shit out of us. If you find